Erev Tov, good evening. The show today is donated by Mr. Rani Yakubovich in memory of his parents Yaakov ben Fruma and Julia bat Aliza. בעזרת השם שהשיעור יהיה לעילוי נשמתם, תהא נשמתם צרורה בצרור החיים, אמן. Our Parashat Bamidbar. We just finished Sefer Vayikra and we're entering a new book, Sefer Bamidbar. Sefer Bamidbar talks about the journey of Am Yisrael in the desert for 40 years. And our parasha specifically talks about how Am Yisrael traveled in the desert, how they camped in the Midbar, and along with the Mishkan, which tribe was sitting. And speaking about sitting, it's not only sitting, which side next to where and who is next to who. So this is our parasha. So the parasha talks about the amount of Am Yisrael, each tribe, how many people they had, and also the Torah gives us sikum, a summary of the entire nation of Am Yisrael in the Midbar. So I would like to discuss about a specific tribe. If may you guys, Baruch Hashem, have Homashim. I know, I'm sure you all have Homashim. So let's open to Perek Aleph, Pasuk Yud Gimel. Specific tribe that I would like to talk today is about Shevet Gad. It sounds Shevet Gad. Usually we spoke. Usually we're talking about Yehuda, about Binyamin, Yosef. We barely talk about Shevet Gad, but we would like to discuss about Shevet Gad. The Torah in our parasha, Perek Aleph, Pasuk Yud Daled, it says, Legad Eliasaph ben Deuel, meaning the head of tribe Gad was Mr. Eliasaph ben Deuel. That's his name. Later on, when the Torah keeps going and gives us the numbers of each tribe, I would like to just skip a minute to Perek Bet, Pasuk Yud Daled. Perek Bet, Pasuk Yud Daled. It says there, Umate Gad Venasi Livne Gad Eliasaph ben Reuel. Do we have any question? You do? Okay. So the obvious question is, how come in the beginning of the parasha, his name is Eliasaph ben Deuel, and now somehow they change his name. His name now all of a sudden is Eliasaph ben Reuel. Why? You might say, okay, Deuel, just a little piece become Resh, a little piece, the ink just went a little out and became Deuel, no big deal. Reuel, it's the same thing. Yeah, that's for the beginnings. That's for the beginners who start Chumash. But by now, Baruch Hashem, you all do a great job. Baruch Hashem, we're learning over the years, we understand that there is no such a thing. Well, it looks the same, it's almost the same. Doesn't happen. So I would like to discuss about why His name here is Du'u'el in the beginning, and later on is Ru'u'el. And the one who talks about this is Rabbeinu Ahida, the Hida. In our parasha, he brings from a sefer, Imre Noam. He says a tremendous hidush. It's not just stam. The Torah says in the beginning Du'u'el and then Ru'u'el. There is a very specific reason why he and only he got this upgrade. And for this we're going to have to go a minute to Parashat Vayetzeh. We all know that Yaakov Avinu had 4 wives. Rachel, Leah, Bilhah, and Zilpah. Most kids came from the mother Leah, and the rest, each mother had 2 children, 2 kids. Now, Bilhah got Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Issachar, and Zevulun. That 6 kids went to Leah. Rachel, we all know, Yosef and Binyamin. Bilhah, she got Dan and Naphtali, and Zilpah got Gad and Asher. Let's remember the names. We're gonna have to remember, we're gonna have to remember the names. Bilhah got 2 kids, Dan and Naphtali. Zilpah got Gad ve'Asher. If you're gonna take notes, you'll remember and you see, wow, what an amazing math happened over here in our parasha. Speaking about how Am Yisrael in the Midbar, they settled down. So the Torah says you had the Mishkan in the middle. The Mishkan was the center. Betzad Mizrach, on the east side, Mizrach, you had Shevet Yehuda, Issachar, and Zevulun. I see some people are taking notes. That's okay. Very good. Once again, remember, we're going to have Betzad Mizrach, on the east side, you had Yehuda, Issachar, and Zevulun. The leader was Degel Yehuda. Okay, we good? Next. On the Darom, on the south, was Reuven, Shimon, and Gad. Once again, Reuven, Shimon, and Gad. The flag, the leader was Reuven. Degel Mahane Reuven. Yפה מאוד. Let's go to the west, to the Ma'arav. Ma'arav was Ephraim, Menashe, and Binyamin. Who is the head? Who is the leader? Degel Ephraim. Now we're left with Tzafon, with north. On the north side you had 3 tribes, which was Dan, Asher, and Naphtali. Okay, so now we have everything set over here. Yeah, we have it? Okay, good. So, what? Yeah, so the leader was Dan. Yeah, the leader was Shevet Dan. If you're gonna look after you took your notes, you're gonna see something amazing. We have 4 top leaders. You have Yehuda, you have Reuven, you have Ephraim, and you have Dan. Once again, whoever takes notes is going to get it. So now we have, once again, you have 4 leaders. You have Yehuda, Reuven, Ephraim, and Dan. If you're going to look, you'll see that Leah got 2 leaders. Was Yehuda and was also Reuven. Well, it makes sense. You know why? She got 6 kids. Okay, so she got 2 leaders. Fine. So now, if she got 2 leaders, she got 2 sides, and you're left with another 2, who's going to get? You have Rachel, you have Bilhah, and you have Zilpah. Leah got her piece. She got her portion. She's good to go. 6 kids, 2 leaders, fine. But now you're left with 3 sides. Not even. You have 2 sides. She got 2, so you're left with 2 sides. Who's going to get? You have 3 mothers, and you have 2 positions. Who's going to get? It says in the Torah that Ephraim got 1, which means Rachel got the 3rd position. Now you're left with 1 more. On the north side, who's going to be? It's going to be Bilhah or Zilpah. It says in the Torah, Dan was the one. He was the leader, and he got Asher and Naphtali. Meaning, all the Bechorim kind got positions. Here sits Gad. Gad, he was the Bechor of Zilpah. He could have come to Moshe Rabbeinu and complained. It's not fair. It's not fair. Leah got 2, Rachel got 1, Bilhah got also 1. What about me? Ani ha-bechor shel Zilpah. I'm the oldest of Zilpah. Why should I be together with Reuven and Shimon? They're not even my brothers. I want to be with my brother. No. They took the children of Zilpah, they split them into 2. They took Gad, they set him up with Reuven, and they took Asher, and they set him up with Dan. It's not fair. He should have complained to Moshe, how come I lost my position? How come I lost my seat? And yet the Torah tells us, God was silent. He didn't complain. He did not complain. Moshe Rabbeinu gave him that position. He could have, he should have, but he didn't. And the Torah tells us, from the name Deuel, he became Reuel. Then what's the difference between Deuel and Reuel? Reuel means he became Reya, a friend, Haver. Reya le'el. Mi ze El? Who is called El? Moshe Rabbeinu. If you open Parashat Vezot HaBeracha, the beginning, it says, Vezot HaBeracha asher berach Moshe ish ha-Elohim. So, Shevet Gad, Nikra now, he's called now, Reuel. Reya Haver shel Moshe Rabbeinu. So God now, because he was so quiet, he didn't complain. He is called Reya, a Haver, the friend of Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay, very nice. I mean, it's very special to become Moshe Rabbeinu's friend, and you have a good bond, and you have a good relationship with Moshe Rabbeinu. But what benefit do we get at the end of the day? Very nice. What benefit did God get for the fact that he was quiet? Something amazing. Jackie, I'm sure you have a Chumash. Let's open to Parashat Vezot HaBeracha. We're going to open to Parashat Vezot HaBeracha. And we're going to see something very special. The Torah says, Sefer Devarim, Perek Lamedalet, Pasuk Aleph. ויעל משה מערבות מואב אל הר נבו. The Torah gives us a specific place where Moshe Rabbeinu was buried. It says he went up to the mountain. It's called Har Nevo. And if you look in Pasuk He, it says Vayamot Sham Moshe Eved Hashem Be'eretz Moav. Where is Moshe Rabbeinu buried? In Har Nevo. Who owns Har Nevo? Who is Har Nevo belongs to who? If you don't know, we're going to open Parashat Matot in Sefer Bamidbar, Perek Lamed Bet. In Perek Lamed Bet, it says, Sefer Bamidbar, Perek Lamed Bet, it says that Reuven and Gad came to Moshe Rabbeinu and they asked Moshe, we have cattle, we have much behemoth, animals, and we would like to stay here me'ever layarden. Very nice. So they came to Moshe Rabbeinu and they told him, we would like to stay here in Ever Yarden. We don't want to, cross the Jordan again, with Am Yisrael and enter Eretz Yisrael. We would like to stay here. It says in Pasuk Gimel, Atarot, Vedivon, Veyazer, Venimra, Veheshbon, Vel'ale, Usvam, Unvo, Uv'on. Amazing. There are specific names over here. And I would like to call on Jack. Do you have it, Jack? You have the Pasuk. Okay. I want to read with you the Targum. Do you see the Targum in Pasuk Gimel?
Yes.
Can you speak loud? Hold on. Let's just do it. Yeah. Go ahead.
מכללתה ומלבשתה וחומרין ובית נמרין ובית חושבנה ובעלי דבבה ושימה בית כבותה דמשה ובעון.
ובית כבורתה דמשה. Do you see this? A random targum. He takes a place, unvo. Instead of giving the place a regular name, Nevo, how does he call the Nevo?
בית כבותה דמשה.
What does it mean, ubet kevuta de Moshe? Where Moshe Rabbeinu was buried, his grave. An amazing Hazak Baruch Jackie. Which means, it says over here, that God came to Moshe and he told him we want A, B, C, D, E. Very nice. And in those lists, in this list it says, the place where it's called Nevo, and the Targum tells us, Bet Kevurat Moshe. Why? Something is hidden over here. Do you know what's hidden over here? Shevet Gad. They are the ones who got this whole piece of land. In the middle, you had this mountain Har Nevo. So do you know where Moshe Rabbeinu was buried? Moshe Rabbeinu was buried by Nahalat Gad. You know why? Someone that doesn't complain. And whatever Moshe Rabbeinu told him to do, he stayed silent. He could have complained. He didn't. You got to upgrade from Du'u'el, Re'u'el. And once you become a Re'u'el, Re'ya'el, you'll be lucky. Moshe Rabbeinu is going to be buried in your portion. Banahala shelcha. What's the lesson over here? Tremendous lesson. Mishe mevater lo mafsid. Sometimes you give in. You think, oh, I'm a loser. No, you're not. No, you're not a loser. God it seemed that he gave in. And the Torah says he was a winner. Sometimes you have to know in life to give in. You don't have to be just stubborn. No, it's my way or the highway. Not at all. You have to know that in life, if you know just to give in sometimes, it could be in anything. It could be in business, it could be in family, it could be in shul, it could be everywhere. If you know how to give in sometimes, you'll win. So people sometimes, they go to the gabbai of the shul. How come I never get an aliyah? How come I'm sitting here? Come to the holidays. Why is my seat over there? How come my wife this year, you switch her seat over to the back? I'm not coming to the shul anymore. I love those people. The only complaints. I know people that switch shuls because of seats. They come to shul once a year, not every Shabbat even. They come once a year, maybe twice, 3 times. And because from last year to this year, you switch her seat, that's it. She's not praying there anymore. She drags her husband. Where's the kids? We're going to find a different shul. Why? My seat. Over a seat, people are willing to lose olam haba. They're willing to lose, to fight, lashon hara, akol. Why? My seat. What are you fighting over? What are you fighting over what? What are you fighting over? That's the message on Kippur, you're living in shul. Why? The gabbai, the committee, they switch my seat. I'm here already 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It's makara. If you give in, mishodea levater, lo mafsid. God was fortunate to have Moshe Rabbeinu buried in his nahala till today. Why? One act. One. More than 3,000 years he gets paid. You know why? Amarta, close your mouth, keep going. Lo mafsidim. My friends, Mishe Yodea to be silent. Ulo mafsid. So this is one image of our parasha. One role model we have of our parasha, God. I want to talk about another person. Remember, I'm taking the random people that we never hear anything about them. Do we ever hear anything about God? But look over here, boom, one oath, Re'u'el, gave us so much information. What a character he had. I want to talk about another person. And again, it seems very random. But the opposite, they're great. They're great people. In our parasha, the Torah tells us the numbers of each tribe, how many people they have. Well, we know Shevet Yehuda was number 1. They got 74,600. Shevet Yehuda, 74,600. That's Shevet Yehuda. Who's next in line? Who is second to Yehuda? If you look through the parasha, let's go to Perek Aleph, Pasuk Lamed, Het and Lamed Tet. It's worth to look inside, my friends. Perek Aleph, Pasuk Lamed Het and Pasuk Lamed Tet. It says, Livnei Dan. תולדותם למשפחותם לבית אבותם במספר שמות מבין 20 שנה ומעלה כל יוצא צבא, פקודיהם למטה דן 62,700. Dan had 62,700. Before Dan, in Pasuk Lamedvav, it says, Livne Binyamin. Kama לבנימין היה? It says, לבני בנימין תולדותם, משפחותם לבית אבותם, במספר שמות מבין 20 שנה ומעלה כל יוצא צבא. פקודיהם למטה דן, 35,400. It says, שבט בנימין had 35,400. 35,400. Wow. He was almost one before the last. Because Menashe had 32. Binyamin, he was second to the last. He had only 35,000. And Yehuda, 74, doubled. An extra. My friends, I want to go back to Yaakov Avinu. When Yaakov Avinu, before he left the world, in Parashat Vayhi, where the Shevatim came to Yaakov to get beracha, each kid came with his family. Picture Reuven with his kids, Shimon with his kids, Yehuda, Issachar. When Dan came to him, if you look up in Parashat Vayhi, the beracha that Yaakov Avinu gave to Shevet Dan, in Perek Memtet, Pasuk Yudhet, the beracha that Yaakov Avinu gave to Dan was, Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem. Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem. Hashem, ani mekaveh, I have hope. I trust you. My hope is only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why is it that Yaakov Avinu gave him this beracha of Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem? Why? Hazal tell us, when Dan came to Yaakov Avinu, he came there only with one child, Hushim ben Dan. And who is Hushim? Hushim was deaf. Hushim was mute. Hushim couldn't talk. Hushim couldn't hear. Imagine, let's picture this scene over here. You see all the tribes come to Yaakov. Each one has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids. And Dan, the only one, Hazit, has one son. And even him, he's deaf. And even him, he's mute. What kind of a son do I have? What's going to be with my children? What's going to be with my future? What's going to be to my family? And let's turn a minute to Binyamin. Binyamin had 10 children. LeBinyamin היו לו 10 בנים. If you want, you can check in Parashat Vayigash. In Parashat Vayigash, Perek Memvav, Pasuk Chaf Aleph. It says, Uvne Binyamin, Bela, Vabecher, Veashbel, Gera, Venaaman, Ahi, Varosh, Mupim, Vehupim, Va'ard. He had 10 children. skip 2 pesukim. Pasuk Chav Gimel. Ubnei Dan Hoshim. That's it. Amazing. You see, one brother has 10 children. And you see one has one, even that one is not a full person. Uheresh. He stands there, and Yaakov Avinu knows exactly what goes on in his mind. And he tells him, Dan, don't worry. Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem. You have hope? Tama'amin? Nothing what to worry. Keep going. Down the history, down the generations. What happened to Dan? The one who had one son. He's deaf. He's mute. He has 62,700. I want to go to Binyamin a second. What happened to Binyamin? 35. 35? He got 10 children. He got more than Yehuda. He got 10 children. And he has only 35. Dan almost doubled him. Dan almost doubled the number of Binyamin. How come? Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem. The Torah is giving us these numbers. We should open our eyes. Sometimes, and it happens many, many times, in our families, between siblings, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, there is competition. Not verbally, but inside. What kind of a party he threw? What a nice bar mitzvah he had. Look at his business. How many houses he bought already. His real estate. He owns a couple houses. And also in Florida. And Deal. Baruch Hashem, he has also in Eretz HaKodesh in Israel. What do I have? I'm struggling. And the Torah tells us, Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem. Dan had one child. He was deaf. He was mute. It seems he has no hope. He's hopeless. It seems there is no future. But what happened? Let's look down the generation. One of the most powerful person in the entire Tanakh. Who's called the biggest, the strongest person? Shimshon HaGibor. Right? Shimshon HaGibor. Shimshon HaGibor, he was able to move a pillar of a whole building. Boom, in one shot. Mefa HaKoach hazeh. From where did he get this power? From where? Well, he came from Shevet Dan. I thought maybe from Hushim, they're not going to get normal kids. They're all going to be sick. Down syndrome, diseases. I don't know, all kinds of sicknesses. But look what happened. Shimshon HaGibor came from Shevet Dan. Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem. Speaking about this, I would like to mention another piece. In Sefer Shmuel, Perek Bet, ותתפלל חנה ותאמר. בתפילה שחנה מתפללת. She has a very special tefillah la Hashem. And she said, קשת גיבורים חתים. ונכשלים עזרו חיל. שבעים בלחם נזכרו ורעבים חדלו. עד עקרה ילדה שבעה ורבת בנים אומללה. What does that mean? עד עקרה ילדה שבעה. Hazal tell us, Penina and Hannah, היו צרות אחד לשנייה. Elkanah had 2 wives. And when there is 2 wives, it's not simple. There is jealousy there. There is kin'ah. And the Navi tells us, Penina had 10 children. And Hannah had nothing. She was barren. She had nothing. And Penina, although it was L'Shem Shamayim, she would tease her. She would tell her, Hannah, I'm going to the school bus. Do you want me to bring you, your child? I'm going, to shop. You want what's with your kids? Are you shopping also for them? I have the Reese's bag. Where's your Reese's bag? She would tease her. And she would cause her to cry. But she meant L'Shem Shamayim. The Gemara says in Masechet Baba Batra, Penina nitkavna L'Shem Shamayim. She had wanted good attention. But yet, she caused Hannah pain. And our rabbis tell us, if you stick your finger to the fire, you get burned. Playing with people's feelings, you're playing with fire, even though it's L'Shem Shamayim. And what happened? Hazal tell us, and that's the prayer of Hannah. It says, Ad akara yaleda shiv'a. Akara, who's the akara? Who's the barren? It's me, Hannah, I was barren. How many kids did she got? The truth is, she only had 5 kids. She had Shemuel and another 4 children. But it says, Ad akara yaleda shiv'a. It says that she had 7 children. But how come? She only had 5. How come it says that she had 7? The answer is, Verabat banim umlala. Hazal tell us, every time Hannah gave birth, Penina buried 2 children. And when Hannah had 4 kids, Penina already lost 8. Every time Hannah gave birth, Penina buried 2 kids. Hashem Yishmor. 2 kids to bury. Hannah she gets a baby and she goes to the cemetery. Now 1, 2 kids. Hashem Yishmor as it's the pain that she went through. Next, after a year, Mabruk, Hannah is pregnant. Baruch Hashem, she gives birth. She goes to the hospital. Penina goes to the cemetery. She buys another 2 graves. What happened? She lost another 2 kids. Hashem Yishmor. Now she has only 6 kids to put to sleep every night. Now she has only 2 6. Now she has only 6 bags to prepare now. And the next year, what happened again? Hannah gives birth. And she comes back from the hospital with the 3rd child. What happened to Penina? She just came back, she comes back from the hospital and the kids died. Another 2 kids she went. She buys another 2 graves. By now she has a line of 6 kids buried. She buried 6 kids, Hashem Yishmor. Hannah gets pregnant again. 4th time. And what happened now? Penina lost another 2 kids. She has 8 graves up one line. She has 8 graves, 8 different dates to go to the cemetery to cry on the Yotzat. And now, Hannah got pregnant the 5th time. Hazat tell us Penina went to her and she cried, please, Hannah. Please, I beg you, maybe I hurt your feelings. I had no kavanah, no intention, nothing. Please forgive me. Hannah gives birth to her 5th child. She comes back home, and Hannah and Penina is shaking. What's going to be now? But because of the tzidkut of Hannah, Penina did not lose her 2 children. And that's why it says, Ad akara yalda shiv'a. The truth is she only had 5 kids. But it says that she had 7. How come? The other 2 that Penina had, it belongs to Hannah. Because if not for Hannah, Penina would lose also these 2. Haverim ikarim. In the beginning, it seems like Penina, she goes to the park, 10 kids. They have Sukkot, a long table. Lela Seder, wow. You have 10 kids around you. You're in heaven. And in the corner over there, Hannah sits there, broken heart. But she's quiet. A year after a year, another holiday, another Rosh Hashanah, another Lela Seder, Purim, the kids. I mean, Purim wasn't happening yet, but the whole year, the holidays, she was having a great time with the kids. And Hannah had nothing. 20 years after, what happens now? The one with the 10 kids has only 2. The barren has 7. What's the message? A person has to know, don't get too excited. As my Rabbi Alav Shalom used to say, don't let your whiskey go up. Al titen la whiskey la'alot lama'ala. Sometimes people, Baruch Hashem, they succeed, they forget, and they start to do silly things. They make fun of people. They go to shul. Who do you are? Who do you think you are, Brooklyn? They act, they're such an arrogant people, arrogant person. Arrogant person. You got to be very careful. The Torah loves people who are low-key. Low-key. We respect everybody. But what happened here? What happened here? Penina l'shem shamayim, and even that was dangerous. We have another story. And the Hatorah is coming up. Hatorah is coming up. Maybe it's kidai to look in the Chumash. The Hatorah is right after Shavuot. This year, in Hatorah of Parashat Naso. Parashat Naso. The Hatorah starts, Vahi ish echad mitzra'a. ממשפחת הדני ושמו מנוח ואשתו עקרה ולא ילדה. Manoach. Who is Manoach? Manoach is Shimshon's father. His wife is barren. She has no name over here. But her name is Mrs. Slalfonit. In case you have a daughter, Bezat Hashem, and you don't know which name to give her, you have an option. Karula Slalfonit, that's her name. Okay? So Manoach, he's married to Slalfonit, and she's barren for many years. It says in Sefer Shoftim, Perek Yud Bet. In Shoftim Perek Yud Bet, it says one of the Shoftim, one of the leaders, it was a man by the name Ivtzan Mibet Lehem. Who is Ivtzan? I never heard who is Ivtzan. So, Katuv, Ivtzan had in Pasuk Tet. If you have Sefer Shoftim, you'll be surprised. Ivtzan mi Bethlehem, ויהי לו 30 בנים ו30 בנות. He had 30 boys and 30 girls. Ivtzan, you never heard who's Ivtzan? I don't know. Ivtzan, you know who's Ivtzan? You know who's Ivtzan? Huh? Ivtzan, who is Ivtzan? אומרת הגמרא, בועז. Rabbi Isai, Megillat Ruth is coming up. Next week, this time, Be'ezrat Hashem, Shavuot. We're going to be up the whole night, Be'ezrat Hashem. And we're going to read Megillat Ruth. Boaz, his real name is not Boaz. His real name is Ivtzan. He got this special name Boaz because of something else. He was a great person, but it says here, he had 60 children. And, אומרת הגמרא במסכת בבא בתרא, he made 120 parties. He made Shabbat Hatan and another Shabbat Berachot. 120 parties he made. אומרת הגמרא, וכל אותם משתאות. And all of the parties that he made, he invited everybody beside one couple. Beside Manoah and Tzlalfonit. Beside them. He didn't invite Manoah. Why? I'm going to use a very harsh language that the Gemara uses. But I want to say again, this is on the surface. We're not even diving in. We're not even diving to this because we need another class for this. But the Lashon, the language that he used, Kudna akara b'may par'ali. Meaning, Pirda is a mule. A mule cannot have children. So if I'm going to invite him to my parties, he's not going to invite me to his parties. He has no kids, no brit, no Shabbat Hatan, no nothing, no Kiddush. So why should I invite him? So there's no point for me to invite him. I'm not going to invite him. Boaz! Yes, Boaz did not invite him. Imagine Boaz and his wife. They open the curtain and they see everybody with suits and they're all walking to the hall. Where are you going? What do you mean? The rabbi is doing a big party. And you see the neighbors, the shuls, everybody's going. Boaz, he was a leader. Waya shofet in Bethlehem. The entire city, everybody is going. Manoah and his wife stayed home. Try to put yourself in his shoes. The next morning, you go to the shul, everybody's talking about the party. Wow, the chuppah, the ceremony was so beautiful, and the dancing and the kala, mashu, was beautiful. Noah hears, Mahu margish. Shabbat Hatan. Throw candies on the Hatan and kala. Everybody stays in the shul for the Sabbath. He makes a U-turn and he goes with his wife home. What happened? He didn't invite me. Rabotai, I want to say, it was a big reason why. I'm not going to go into it now. But for now, just stay with this information. He did not invite Manoah. Omeret Agmara, what happened to Manoah? קבר את בניו כולן בחייו. He buried all his children. Manoah, Boaz. Boaz, קבר, he buried all his children. Sad story. It's a sad story. Now, bear with me for 1 second. Can you please give me Megillat Ruth? Thank you so much. Haveri, my friends, if you have Megillat Ruth, we're going to tie something. We're going to see a whole circle what happened. It's amazing to see how HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hamesh Megillot, how HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Lemana. Yeah. You're touching it. You touched. Hamesh Megillot. Thank you. If you have Megillat Ruth, wow, this is a powerful. Let's go to Megillat Ruth. Just open to Perek Gimel. We're going to see something very special. It says, Avimelech, הוא היה, ויהי בימי שפוט השופטים, ויהי רעב בארץ. It was a famine, and what happened? It says, Elimelech left Eretz Israel, and he went to Moab. He dropped everybody behind. He said, why should I support them? It's a famine. People come knock at my door. I don't like it. Let me just leave the country. And when the business is back, then I'll come back to Eretz Israel. For now, let me go to Moab. Rabotai, it's off topic. I just want to say, before Pesach, when the whole virus came and it was terrible, one person, I would love to mention his name, but I'm not going to mention it, I will not going to mention his name. Very special person. You heard that one of our friends passed away during the coronavirus. He called and he gave me a check of 10,000. I didn't ask nothing. He called, said, Rabbi, I have a check for you, please. I want to tell you guys, he said to me something powerful. He says, Rabbi, I'm getting so many calls for donations from everywhere. He said to me, I did not turn anybody away. Not one phone call. I told him why. Do you know what he told me? He says to me, Elimelech, he was a leader. He was very rich. At the time of famine, he turned away and he walked and he left all his brothers behind. And Hashem was very upset and he died in Moab. He said to me, the time that people come and knock, that's the time that you never turn anyone away. I was so impressed because usually at this time people get very tight because you don't know what's going to happen, what's going to be. People before Pesach went crazy. Haya pahad, what's going to be? You don't know. Every call he got, he did not turn anybody away. Anybody. He says, I don't care how much, but I made sure to give everybody who called me. I was so impressed, and this is Am Yisrael, Ashrenu ma tov halkenu. Bekitzur, Elimelech turned away. He left all his brothers behind, and he died. And then Mahlon Bechelyon, they married Ruth and Orpah, and then they also died. And Naomi left with his two daughter-in-laws. And what happened was, they came to Eretz Israel, Naomi and Ruth. Naomi was a princess. Her father was a king. Ruth was a very special girl. Her father was a king of Moab. She dropped everything. She came to Eretz Israel, Aniyah, poor person. She had nothing. Imagine your father is a king. You grew up in a palace. You had everything. And now she goes to the field to collect pieces of wheat. And she tells her mother-in-law, Mom, you stay home. let me collect for you and for myself. She goes, and happens to be she bumped to the field of Boaz without her even knowing. And Boaz and Elimelech were cousins. Boaz and Elimelech, they were cousins. She had no idea, Bichlal. And what happened? She went to collect some wheat, some food. She comes back home. And Naomi tells her daughter-in-law, Ruth, I want you to get married. To who? To Boaz. But hold on. At that time, Boaz already, he lost all of his kids. And let me surprise you. The day that Naomi and Ruth came to Eretz Israel, you could look inside Megillat Ruth. It says, בפסוק י"ט, פרק א', פסוק י"ט. סידני, I'm very impressed with you. פרק א', פסוק י"ט. It says, ותלכנה שתיהם, עד בואנה בית לחם, ויהי כבואנה בית לחם, ותהום כל העיר. The entire city, they trembled. What happened? Is this Naomi? My question is, how come it says, ותהום כל העיר, the entire city? How come? Hazal tell us. And if you see in the Targum, it says in the Targum, the day Ruth and Naomi came to Eretz Israel, the day they came to Bethlehem, as they entered the city, a big funeral took place at that time. They took Boaz's wife to the cemetery, which means when Ruth and Naomi came to Bethlehem, they bumped into the funeral of Boaz's wife. That's why it says, Vatehom kol ha'ir. Whoa, why kol ha'ir? Because they all went to the funeral to give her the last respect. In parentheses, look at this. Boaz, he's just buried his wife and he has no idea Hashem sent him his future wife. At the same time, it's amazing. Okay? So, they came to the city and Boaz lost his wife. 3 months after, Naomi tells her daughter-in-law, Ruth, I want you to get married. Okay, with who? With Boaz. Mom, whatever you're going to tell me, I'm going to listen. חברים יקרים, תראו מה כתוב במגילת רות. בפרק ג' פסוק א', ותאמר לה נעמי חמותה. Naomi, the mother-in-law, tells her, ביתי, my daughter, הלא אבקש לך מנוח אשר ייטב לך. I want you to settle down. I want you to have peace. I want you to get married. Because the only place that a girl can have shalom and peace, it's only when she gets married. So she tells her, I want you to get married. That's the pshat. Aval Chachmei Kabbalah tells us a different pshat. Halo avakesh lach manoach. What does it mean, halo avakesh lach manoach? This time, when you're going to get married to Boaz, we are going to invite Manoach. You hear this? Amazing. If Boaz never invited Manoach, because Manoach was barren, and Manoach did not bury, he did not invite Manoach because he was barren. And what happened after? He lost 60 kids, and he buried his wife. Naomi wants Ruth to marry Boaz, but she tells her, not only that you're going to marry him, halo avakesh lach Manoach. This time we're going to bring Manoach to the wedding. We're going to make sure to have him there. So has v'shalom, nothing is going to happen to you. And guess what? They got married. The night Boaz was with Ruth, it was the last night of his life. And the next morning, he passed away. But lucky was Ruth, she was pregnant. She got pregnant right away. And she had this baby, Ovad. ועובד הוליד את ישי, וישי הוליד את דוד, ודוד הוליד את שלמה המלך, ומשיח בן דוד came from Boaz and Ruth. What's the message here? Powerful message. Boaz was a great person. Boaz was a great man. He was תלמיד חכם גדול מאוד. But the way he acted towards Manoah wasn't that nice. If you have 60 kids and your next door neighbor has nobody, you gotta be careful. Don't have this pride. If you're very rich and the one next to you prays is not such a successful person, don't make fun. Don't have attitude. If you go to shop and one goes to shop in this store, the other one, the other store, don't have this pride. Don't make fun of anybody. Be very careful. The Torah tells us we got to be very sensitive to everybody, and especially to the people who are sensitive, who don't have, whether money, position, business, work, whatever it is. Because look what happened. This is the list of our parasha. Dan 1 verse, Binyamin 10. What happened? You see, Dan came second to the biggest, and Binyamin was second to the lowest. Look at Hannah. Hannah, barren, no kids, verse Pnina, 10 kids. Look what happened. Take Ivtzan, Boaz, 60 kids, verse Manoah and his wife, nobody. But then what happened? Manoah got Shimshon. Do you know who's Shimshon? Shimshon comes from the shoresh Shemesh. מה זה Shemesh? Huh? Shemesh is the sun. Who is called sun? Huh? Do we know anybody? Who is called son? Anybody? I hear you, Sydney. I hear. He says Yaakov. I heard, yeah, I read your lips. Yeah, Yaakov, because of Hashem Eshba B'Halomo Shel Yosef. Yeah, it's right also. But mi od nikra Shemesh. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. מרקו, כי שמש הוא מגן השם. הקדוש ברוך הוא נקרא שמש. Hazal tell us, Shimshon, it was supposed to be Mashiach ben David. Shimshon was supposed to be the Shemesh, the one to bring light to the world. But he did one mistake, and that Shemesh became Shimshon. Minimize the Shemesh, the big shine, the big light. Whoa, minimize. And from the Shemesh, it became Shimshon. In that generation, there was two great people, Gidon Shimshon. Gidon was supposed to be Mashiach ben Yosef. Shimshon was supposed to be Mashiach ben David. Each one had his own mistake. But at the end of the day, Shimshon came from Manoah. Don't put anybody down. Respect everybody. It doesn't matter color. It doesn't matter background. Love, he's a Jew, he's a Yehudi. Be very sensitive. The powerful message we learned today, two big messages. When you give in, you never lose. And message number 2, have hope. Lishu'atcha kiviti Hashem.